Welcome to another tier ranking. Welcome to my tier ranking for the PlayStation 1 video games, my favorites, the games I've played throughout my childhood. Yes. For the PS1 is my childhood. PS1, PS2. And just I have all my best video game memories are from the Sony PlayStation, especially for the PS1, PS2. Yeah, I have memories with GameCube and Sega and Nintendo 64 and stuff, but PS1 number one memories right there. So I'm gonna do a tier ranking. I'm most definitely sure that I played more PS1 games than the ones I have on here. These are the ones I could just think of off the top of my head. The games I grew up with and played a shit ton with, like my brother, my dad, my sister, and all that shit. Um, and yeah, I'm sorting them to the S tier, which is the best, all the way to the D tier, 'cause I don't believe I have played an F tier PS1 game. There are F tier PS1 games out there, most definitely, but I have never played one. So let's get to it, and this is all opinion. So let's get to it. Let's have fun with it. First is Final Fantasy 4. I was about to say 14. Final Fantasy 4. I haven't played every single Final Fantasy game. I played most of them. For the PS1, Final Fantasy 4 is one I played after I played 7, 8, and 9. 7, 8, 9 were the first Final Fantasy games I played. But 4 is an A tier. It's what the Cecil and Kane has. I think it's the first Final Fantasy to have like a twist. It's got great world building. I love the practicality of it. I love the good old-fashioned medieval story. And again, like it still holds up with those top dog Final Fantasy games for the PS1. So yeah, I have nothing but great things to say about Final Fantasy 4. And then, of course, I gotta go 7 if we're talking Final Fantasy. Everyone knows Final Fantasy 7 is my favorite video game of all time. I know it's a lot of people's favorite video games. I've talked a lot about this. I did a whole comparison about this game with the remake. I love the remake. I think the remake is this is a solid remake, but nothing can ever touch what the original Final Fantasy 7 did. Perfect story, perfect characters, perfect length, and still to this day, the game mechanics, the battle mechanics, the character stories, and the development, and just the writing, still, after over 20 years, it still holds up perfectly. All right, let's continue with some Final Fantasy. 8. 8 is good. I'll still go B tier. I still think 8 is very good. It was very divisive when it came out. A lot of people didn't like it because they didn't like. Well, they compared it to 7 because 7's like one of the greatest video games of all time. So compared to 7, like the story's different, the characters are different, the gaming mechanics. That when they bring in like magic and junctions, it's a lot more confusing. The story's confusing, the game mechanics confusing, the way they do summons is confusing, but it's still good. Squall, the love story with him and Renoa is good. Zell is a great character. There's a lot of great moments, heartwarming, emotional moments. The time travel stuff is clever. It's a great game. It's just not as good as 4 or 7 for me. And then there's 9, which is an A tier as well. I love 9. I love the story. It goes back more to the traditional classic medieval Final Fantasy stories. Great ending, great characters. Love Zidane and Vivi as characters. Yeah, step up from 8, but yeah. And all right, let's move on. Parappa the Rappa. I'll go C tier for Parappa the Rappa. I was never a huge like Parappa guy, but it's basically like Dance Dance Revolution in a way, but with a rapping dog. Um, yeah, fuck it. Let's do the Tomb Raider games. First Tomb Raider is a classic. I loved playing this. I always had a huge crush on Lara Croft as a kid. I'm like, holy crap, this is like a female Indiana Jones. She's running from dinosaurs and archaeologists. She's got dual pistols and tight shorts, and she's climbing rocks and finding treasures. My God, I'm in love. First Tomb Raider game makes no sense with a lot of its story, but it's great game mechanics, great action. It's a fantastic game. But it's better than the first Tomb Raider. The second and third Tomb Raider. They're better games, better sequels, better stories, better outings for Lara Croft. Then there's the last revelation, which is it's okay. My favorite is actually the anniversary. It's the first one, just done a little more tighter and better. But Tomb Raider Anniversary is my personal favorite. Then I think 2, and then yeah, I love Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I know I'm one of those people. I see Tekken, so let's do Tekken next. Tekken, I grew up with the Tekken games. The first Tekken is the weakest. It's good. It's a good fighting game. A lot of people compared it to like Street Fighter at the time, but yeah, it built the franchise. The Iron Fist tournament, really good. But just the sequels are just so much better. Just like when you think of Tekken, like Tekken 2 is solid, but Tekken 3 is one of the greatest fighting games of all time. Like Tekken 3 is like the greatest fighting game out there. It's right up there with a lot of the Mortal Kombats. Like I think it's better than Mortal Kombat 2 and Mortal Kombat Deception. I think it's better than every Street Fighter game. I think it's better than Injustice. I think Tekken 3 has got great story with great characters. The game, the fighting mechanics, the visuals, still to this day hold up beautifully. Tekken 3, it's goated. Then we got Gran Turismo. It's incredible. It's a great racing game. Um, the sequel is just as good. Played a lot of Gran Turismo when I was a kid. Always enjoyed them. Cool Borders. Yeah, I played some sports games when I was younger. The Cool Borders games were very fun, guilty pleasures. They weren't the greatest. They were just like battling, snowboarding, video game. Sorry. They're really silly. Hold on. Where's the first one? I have the first one. Cool Borders. Cool Borders 1 is, again, they're guilty pleasures. Like 2 is the best, and 3. Where the fuck is 3? I just saw it. Why am I an idiot? They're just like silly battle snowboarding games. Nothing much to them, but had fun playing them when I was growing up. Alright, Crash Bandicoot. First Crash Bandicoot. Like, come on now, we gotta go A tier for the first 2 Crash Bandicoots. They're just solid games. They are the icons of Sony PlayStation, and yeah, they're some of the greatest. They're like the greatest platformer games in all of Sony PlayStation. And then we got Warped and Crash Team Racing. Warped is my favorite Crash Bandicoot, right there with Crash Team Racing, with one of the greatest racing games of all time. And then we have Crash Bash up on the B tier. It's a fun little party game, kind of like a Mario Party stuff, but with Crash Bandicoot. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, man, like the fucking, these were fun games, just really fun games I loved playing, man. Then Hot Shots Golf. First one was a little, it was okay. Second one, awesome golfing game. Oh boy, here we go, Driver. There we go. First Driver is the D tier because of the stupid tutorial. One of the dumbest, idiotic tutorials to a game. Ridiculous. Driver 2, though, much better, though. Much better. Spyro. Okay, first Spyro is an A, and then Ripto's Rage and the Year of the Dragon S tiers. Oh, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. I'll put that in the B tier. Siphon Filter. First Siphon Filter. I'm sorry, it's not a very good game. The Siphon Filter games aren't that great. They were kind of clunky and jumbled shooter games. I thought 2 was okay, but then 3 kind of, like, I never thought these were very good. I played them as a kid. I played them. I enjoyed them as a kid, but holy shit! After I replayed them on the PlayStation Premium, they do not hold up. I have Resident Evil 2 twice for some reason. Anyways, the first Resident Evil is good. They did a remastered, which is the definitive and best version of this game. But Resident Evil 2, bam. And then 3 is awesome too. But Resident Evil 2, one of the greatest horror games of all time. Toy Story 2, wicked game. Grandia is okay. I think the sequels are better. The Legend of Dragoon, oh, one of the most underrated games. I'm so glad when this came back on PlayStation Premium, a lot of people got to explore this game. And next is Chrono Trigger, S tier, one of the greatest JRPGs ever made. And then the first Metal Gear Solid. Really great game. I love the story of the Solid Snake and the Big Boss story, Liquid Snake. Super good. One of the most interesting and unique shooters out there. And it cemented Hideo Kojima. Alright, so let's put these in order. S tier, obviously Final Fantasy, then Crash Team Racing, Crash Warped, Tekken 3, Spyro's, Legend of Dragoon, Resident Evil, no. Yeah. Alright, A tier is, ooh, these are good ones. Bam. Bam. There we go. For the B tier, no. Um. Mhm. 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 Bam. Yep. Perfect. And there's an extra copy of Resi 2, so there we go. That's my tier ranking for the PS1 games. Look forward to PS2, PS3, and PS4. And also in the comments below, let me know what is your favorite and least favorite PS1 game. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.